Okay, I just shot a video on the Dicksonia antarctica, the New Zealand tree fern, which is a fantastic plant, but I figure I might as well have another comparison video the very next day for the Australian tree fern, which is native to Australia. So they're common tree fern. There's lots of rare tree ferns out there, but these are by far the most common, sadly, because the other ones are really cool too. But the nurseries can only handle so much, you know what I mean? So here is the Dicksonia antarctica. You can see it's a little smaller. You can see the frond comparison. See this? Back out a little bit. There's the Australian. That's the New Zealand. New Zealand has a finer texture. It doesn't get as wide with the frond itself as the, see, it's a little thinner, as the Australian. It doesn't get as tall, it doesn't grow as fast. But I really like this fine texture of this one. I mean, they're both remarkable plants. You can't say a bad word about either one. The ones on the left are New Zealand. The ones on the right are going to be the Australian. They both have the same kind of coloration. I'd say, if anything, the Australian are a little more yellowish, a little darker green on the New Zealand. The New Zealand's going to be denser, a lot more foliage inside of it, whereas the Australian will be spreading its foliage out a little bit more. But look at this massive. Yeah, cool. Look at that. They both get kind of a hair. This guy gets even hairier. The inside is really cool on both of them, but it's especially cool on the Australian with this big old, like, offering of a swirl of a curl out of the new foliage. You can see how they just curl out. It's just so neat. It's such a trip. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at this. This one's just starting to go. See that? Yeah, so that's how they unfurl. Here's the underside. So you get a good glimpse there. These Australian tree ferns will get probably 30 feet tall, maybe taller. I've seen some pretty darn big ones in old gardens. The New Zealand tree fern is going to be a bit shorter, to like 15 feet. Australian's going to get a wider spread. And what else do I want to tell you about? I think that these things are edible. I'm not sure. You should look it up. Like the new sprouts, maybe. Maybe I'm confusing that. Don't eat any until you have your friend do it first and make sure they survive. Or, you know, maybe less than a friend. Or look it up and get confident about it. Don't take my word. I just think they're everything could be edible, I guess, once you take all the toxins out of it. But anyway, yeah, so we don't always have these in the nursery, but we do have them available to us pretty quickly. So if you need some of these tree ferns for one of your projects, let us know. It's hard to find really tall, big ones, but I can get these Australian tree ferns from the ground to the top are probably 7 feet tall, some of them. Whereas the New Zealand tree ferns in the 15 gallons, like this one over here, might be probably definitely at least 4 feet tall. You know, that's a real nice one right there. Let's see. But anyway, that's it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss a single thing. And I'm going to leave you with just some silence and some beautiful foliage of these gorgeous plants and the birds.